Into the win last time that aided the Viking touchdown drive. Pressure coming and it's blocked right at the 30-yard line. The block by Adam Thielen and in for the touchdown Vikings.
Just unblocked because of the movement of the other two guys. He's straight into the ball. What a good play. Get up with the ball. He gets a little block from 54 there and stumbles in for a big...
First down and through the air again, going deep and wide open is Thelen for the touchdown.
Just a couple of minutes gone by in his first quarter. This is Bradford's going to take a shot. He's got his man wide open. It's Thelen for the Minnesota touchdown. 36 yards from Bradford.
Adam Thielen at the top of your picture comes in motion. Third and goal, and they go to Thelen, and Thelen will score. Tight formation with the exception of short-handed.
Bradford to the end zone, Thelen, incomplete. And Thelen looked awfully close to being good if he hung on. Catch, 2 feet, and if he hangs on, that's a touchdown. And the Vikings are going to challenge the call. And it looks like this will be a touchdown. What a catch.
Yeah, it's an outstanding catch. Really a perfectly thrown ball by Sam Bradford. They come and press.
Saying, put the focus on me. I say we're going to run the table. And he likes the way the team has responded. Here's Thelen. Goodbye. Touchdown. No flags, and the Vikings keeping pace. How about the day for Adam Thielen?
Against Quentin Rollins. And they get Bradford on the edge, and you see Rollins, he then bites it, and Thelen is
total yards in this game to the Packers, 348. Bradford, end zone for the touchdown, and it's Thelen again.
Thelen works that back line, and with this reception, he has over 200 yards receiving for the afternoon. It's a great performance. It's going to get...
Like 20!
Keenum looking, throwing, in the back of the end zone, touchdown! Thelen!
Rudolph in motion. Keenum, pressure from Kerrigan, steps away, fires on the run, and he's caught! Unbelievable! It's like glue on his hands from Thelen.
Well, earlier this year, we saw dunk, Grey Goose. Yeah, get it right in Minnesota now. But watch the hands of Adam Thielen. Watch the gloves. Look at him just snatch that one. Strong hands.
Showing blitz. Rams bring it. Keenum gets rid of it. Thelen makes the move. And Thelen off to the races. Touchdown.
You see here again, Hatfield, he's soft. Thielen, the guy who comes up with the big plays every time you get. If you see it from the wide.
Carolina playing soft again, cover 2.
Down the middle, caught Thielen. Thielen breaks the tackle inside the 20. Adams is the only guy. No, Thielen takes it for the touchdown.
Wow! They're playing soft, they're playing cover 2. And he throws it right down the seam. Thielen, what a throw by Keenum. And
Cousins pressure, hit as he throws, going for Thielen. He's got it. Waiting for a single touchdown. Oh my!
Extreme concentration by Adam Thielen. And this is definitely a touchdown to me. Possesses it all the way through, and he is into the end zone.
Second down and 4, little shoulder fake. Here's Thelen wide open. Thelen, touchdown, Minnesota. It hurts the Eagles, helps the Vikings. Second down and 2 as it took a sack off the board. Now Thelen in the end zone with a flag for the touchdown.
It's by Ronald Darby, and Thielen with a good move there. There's the
holding.
hold.
Number 21, defense, penalties decline, touchdown.
Adam Thielen is just special.
Cousins waiting, throw it to the end zone to Thelen. Touchdown! Lane Johnson, Marcus May, and Buster Screen all out in the secondary, and they're looking for the big one. And it is a touchdown to who else but Adam Thielen.
A ton of time in a 3-possession game as Cousins flips it, caught, touchdown, Thelen. So down the field they go 75.
Into the end zone, that is a touchdown for Adam Thielen.
The Lions aren't ready.
Latavius Murray is the running back. Fake the him, Cousins rolling. Chased by Matthews, fired, going to be a first down and more, and Thelen, can he get in?
To him, which got Thelen open. You could see they had no choice there. They had to come up and attack him, and then it was Thelen just sticking the thing in the end zone. But it was the aggressive nature of what Kirk Cousins was doing on the edge out there that set that play up.
Looking right all the way. There's Thelen. His first catch is a touchdown.
Second down and 12 with protection. And there is Thielen. He is into the end zone.
But right there, they're allowing contact. Thielen wins one-on-one, and we know when he catches the ball, he's close to the end zone. Adam Thielen usually finds.
And now a first down at the 35 of the Raiders. Play fake, and on the rollout, Cousins looking, and wide open is Thelen, and he'll score for the Vikings on the opening possession. At the 1. And the inside handoff to Thelen, who scores the touchdown. Adam Thielen with his second touchdown of the game.
Just basically running this pitch play, but I want you to watch Joseph's eyes. He's got his eyes right here, and who do we get? We sneak Thelen right here. He's just not ready to make the tackle when that comes out. So there he is. He's looking at the backfield. Oop!
Their own 2-yard line. There's 3rd and 4. Cousins with time. Into the end zone for Thelen.
The scrimmage and created plenty of separation. What a good job by Kirk Cousins. Did you notice how he was looking to your left if you're sitting at home watching it, and then came back to your right? He held the safeties by looking the opposite way and came back and gave it to an open Adam Thielen. And these Vikings, when they do celebrations, they work on them. Guard, man, I love to get downfield and run over those DBs.
Vikings have put up some big plays. Here's Cousins to the end zone. Thelen with the catch. Touchdown.
Thelen as well, because look where he put the football. DeAndre Baker's down low trying to make a play, and look at him catch it. The knees are down in the end zone.
Loss of a yard, 2 tight ends set. On 2nd and goal, Cousins to the end zone. Thelen. Touchdown.
In the backfield, Alexander Madison. Thielen in motion. They fake the give to Madison. Cousins for the end zone. Is it caught? Yes, and what a catch.
Toe drag. Let's see. There's the catch. Left foot down. Right foot drag. And he completes the process of
Cousins for the end zone. He's got Thielen. Thielen hauls it in for a Viking touchdown.
Safety trusted his speed a little bit that he could compensate, but Thielen's nifty, man, and he gets behind you.
Thielen in the end zone has a touchdown, Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins does his job and puts it in the position like that. They can be very, very electric.
On this drive, he's 5 of 5 for 60 yards. Looking for more in the air. Buying time. Cousins chased by Simmons. Throws end zone for Thielen. He's got it! Touchdown! Thielen was able to get open in the end zone.
And Jonathan Joseph has him covered, but Adam Thielen, just like I mentioned in the open.
Fake to Madison. Cousins fires for the end zone. There's a flag down, but the catch is made.
Excellent job again of just giving Kirk enough space in that pocket. One-on-one matchup. Big body gets inside.
They've gone 74 yards. It's a 1st and goal. Fake, bootleg right, throws, caught. Touchdown.
They got get back to who they are here, which is, all right, let's bootleg, let's roll out, let's get Thelen working a little on the edges.
Right out of Mississippi State, 2nd down and goal. Fake toss. Cousins to the end zone, caught. Thielen takes it in for the touchdown. Another great drive.
That was Amir Abdullah's first rushing attempt of the season. And now Cousins going to the air. And there is Adam Thielen.
As he crosses Deion Jones, he's just going to get vertical. Now he's going to go up.
Already in field goal range. Cousins forgetting about the field goal. Thielen one-armed. Able to bring it
Just
down.
makes a great one-handed catch. I mean, that right there is about as good as it gets. I mean, that's who they look for. Kirk Cousins has thrown 23 touchdowns to Adam Thielen in their time together. Adam Thielen already has a touchdown in this game. This is his area of the field. Going to find him. He's matched up right here at the bottom of the screen.
Can still get a first down on 3rd and 4. Cousins throwing, and it is caught. Touchdown.
He just follows Justin Jefferson up there. That creates a little indecision on the part of the...
Now 3rd and goal, 9th play of the drive. Cousins to the end zone. There is a flag.
Did he get his feet in?
Catch was made by Thielen. It's ruled a touchdown. Wow, one hand.
Working on Anthony Brown. One hand drags the feet.
1st and goal from the Cowboys 3 off the fake to Cook. Cousins to the end zone. Touchdown. 2nd of the game for Adam Thielen. 11th on the season.
He is slotted right. Back of the end zone. Thielen. A circuitous route for the touchdown. And another red zone score for Adam.
Allow him to run across the coverage. Kirk Cousins was watching him the entire way. And
2 shots to get it in, and they have to be thinking going on 4th if they don't get it here. But not a problem. Touchdown toss from Cousins to Adam Thielen. He burns the Bears again in the end.
that was almost where I went. 4th down and goal. Cousins out to his right, throws, pass caught, but touchdown Thelen. Jenkins is pleading his case. Walk us through the mechanics of this.
Yeah, we're just looking at where's the ball when he first is touched by the defender? He's airborne, then he comes back into the field and play, completes the catch. So here you have where is he first touched when that ball does break the plane, and it's
that's really a pretty good look there.
It's a touchdown after the play.
Looks like they had backed up Cousins. Meanwhile, Cousins throws. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen.
Just one-on-one on the outside, man-to-man coverage, push up, you get the separation, run into Eli Apple. He doesn't have enough possessions left in the game.
Pressure, blitz, open, first down, and maybe more. It's Thielen for the touchdown.
2nd and goal to the 7. Cousins in the end zone, touchdown. Guess who? Thielen. And you said it, partner, in the red zone. This young man is money.
So now 3rd and 13 for Minnesota at the 15 of Seattle. Cousins steps away from pressure to the end zone. It's Thelen for the touchdown.
Watch this, all 22. They're going to use this post inside to gobble up the safety. Here comes Adam Thielen on the outside post. And Kirk Cousins, he's going to stare that safety down. He's saying, hey, take the cheese down the middle of the field. I'm going to let Adam.
Now Justin Jefferson one-on-one with Dante Jackson.
Cousins on 3rd down. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown. Adam Thielen makes the catch. And the Vikings extend their lead. 2 touchdowns in under a minute for Minnesota.
Met the Jones family, McCarthy, the training staff. 2nd and 11. Cousins, meanwhile, with that pump fake, fires a little wide open. Is Thielen for the touchdown.
Cousins throwing the fade for Thielen. It is caught for the touchdown.
And Thielen right here, they're looking for. No, I don't think there's a push off there. I don't think the arms.
4-man rush again. Cousins gets rid of it. Thielen makes a move, and he's in for the touchdown. touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
Play action. Cousins throws. End zone. Touchdown. Adam Thielen.
Watch Adam Thielen. He's been so smooth. You see, he finds the hole in the zone and then just keeps climbing. That's the beauty of this route. You keep climbing so that only you can get that throw, or it's going to be.
Second down and 3 off the play fake. Cousins sets, throws, end zone, diving catch, touchdown. Second of the game, Adam Thielen.
Then the communication between Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen, they both read it at the same time. Thielen's just, you see him jogging and then just shoots right up the middle of the field.
So it sets the Vikings up here, trying to break that goose egg. Cousins fakes the toss, and back in the end zone, wide open, there he is. Adam Thielen, his 50th career touchdown reception.
On second down, Cousins look right, left, now throws up the middle, and the catch is made for a touchdown by Adam Thielen.
Now this time, let's give credit to the offensive line because this was a very, very slow developing play. Kirk Cousins really wanted Irv Smith Jr.
to catch it and to deal with coverage. And the Vikings are the beneficiaries. Cousins looking. Jefferson was covered. Other side, Thielen!
It's an old-time play. It's a double crisscross against man coverage. Plenty of time.
Fourth down and 4. There's Cousins near side. Thielen, first down, touchdown. So O'Connell's decision pays off as Cousins connects with Thielen from 23 yards out on fourth down.
Gilmore, maybe one-on-one coverage.
Play action for Cousins. Looking end zone, open, touchdown, Adam Thielen. Done.
You're right about that. A little slow play. They play action. Adam Thielen crashes down as if he's blocking. Late.
First and goal, 4-yard line, fake to Cook. Cousins, end zone, touchdown, Adam Thielen.
There's Thielen. You bunch them all in. You think that they're going to block. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. And as soon as they take their eyes off of that, looking at Dalvin Cook,